So now we are going to invite the Mr. Mulungu, who is currently studying the master degree for the public health. And also he's doing his PhD in psychology, right? So I think that he was the full-time lecturer of the environmental health science at the University of College, yeah? So now let's welcome to Mr. Mulungu for his presentation on the diversity of human diarrheal pathogen in wastewater and the fecal sludges case study. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you so much. Allow me to ride on the protocols already established. Let me see if I can use this one. Hello.
Okay, thank you so much. This is much better. Those are my names, and that's the topic that we're going to be looking at. In the interest of time, I would ask my colleague to just rush through the presentation, and then we can just get a bit of the idea. Basically, a statement of purpose or intention. This is something that has not been done, so we are intending to do that which we have shown on the screen. So we want to be able to see what microorganisms are running in our sewer system, what microorganisms are found in the toilets, and are we able to connect these to our water bodies. So in terms of our presentation outline, that is what you're seeing on the screen. Now, as environmental health officers or practitioners from different ministries, we do run what we call surveillance, disease surveillance, and mainly we do this in hospitals, and of course, other researchers are also confirming that in other places that is done. Examples include Bates and others in 2016, and of course, Murray 2017. Now, when we talk about wastewater surveillance, I hope I'm not too fast for my colleague here. Okay, thank you so much. When we talk about wastewater surveillance, we are talking about a type of surveillance which is an environmental surveillance that has, has been used to track waterborne infectious pathogens that are associated with fecal-oral route transmission. So we want to be able to monitor these microorganisms that cause diarrheal diseases, and all that can be seen. So we are saying we know that there are these microorganisms that are found in these sewer systems, and they are responsible for the decomposition that occurs and all that. But we are saying with scientific evidence that is supporting the germ theory, of course, which is the theory supporting the intention that we want to undertake, scientists began to hunt sewage to be able to find microorganisms. And basically, this is coming from a background of cholera, which, of course, has been established in the previous slide in London. So from that time, they began to hunt the sewage, not only for bacteria that causes cholera, but also for other types of bacteria, including Salmonella typhi, and of course, Coxsackie viruses that are responsible for different diarrheal diseases. And of course, with the advent of the COVID, it presented even more reason for us to begin to investigate, to question the wastewater. We know what used to happen here in Zambia. I don't know how it was in other countries. We would wash our hands from a basin, and a maid would come with bare hands and would want to dispose this water, which could have microorganisms that could cause diarrheal diseases. But of course, we are saying sampling from these centralized locations, from these established systems that are known, becomes very important because it can give us a lot of insight when it comes to the pathogenic viruses, bacteria, and protozoa that are responsible for the diarrhea that we are always finding when we are reporting these diarrheal cases. So we can move on. Thank you so much. Okay, so in terms of our problem, we are saying surveillance is very important. We do surveillance of diseases, And mainly when we have this issue of diarrhea, we say the water is not good. It's probably there is contamination, underground contamination. But in terms of the microorganisms that are implicated in this particular issue, we don't seem to have that information on which we can benchmark this idea that this water is the one that is causing this diarrhea as a result of the toilets and all that. So we want to be able to take interest in understanding what are these microorganisms that are found in these different points in our district, which is Lusaka. And of course, when we talk about issues of research, not so much has been done, especially looking at the biodiversity of microorganisms that are responsible for diarrhea in our toilets. It is always usually an issue of, assuming that it could be that, and yet it could just be something else that could be there. So in terms of our proposed objectives, we want to be able to determine the biodiversity of human diarrheal pathogens in wastewater and of course fecal sludge. Specifically, we want to estimate the biodiversity. Which ones are the specific organisms? And of course, we want to compare the microbial occurrences between the wastewater, the fecal sludge, and of course the water that we are consuming. And at the end of the day, we want to see this surveillance that we do, does it have an impact on the epidemic occurrence or outbreaks? Will it have an impact if we know the microorganisms that are existing in these sites, in our toilets, in our sewer system, and of course, in our soakaways? Will it have an impact? So all this becomes very important if we are looking at the significance of the study that we are proposing to do. We are saying it would help ministries, including the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Local Government, Ministry of Water Development, all those ministries that are related with water and sanitation issues. They will be provided with information that can help them adopt models for holistic ways of managing these diarrheal diseases. And of course, we are saying we will have a benchmark on which we can be able to say this area, these are the microorganisms that are typical in this particular area when we talk about the sewer system. So when we test our water, we are saying this could be associated with this benchmark that we have created through this study. And of course, other stakeholders that are coming in will have a better way of doing their work when it comes to health practitioners. They will know how to go about their work because there's this benchmark. We can move on. So in terms of methods, very simple. It's a quantitative study, of course, cross-sectional, because we're just going to collect the samples at one point in time and then be able to compare the results across the sub-districts. So Lusaka district is divided into 6 sub-districts. That's Matero, Chipata, Chilenje, Chawama, Kanyama, and Charleston. So of interest are those facilities that in this year reported a few cases of cholera. And of course, we had an outbreak of cholera, which had about 12 cases right here in Zambia, in Lusaka. So we want to be able to target those and be able to investigate their sewer system, hoping that we may also be able to interrogate these sewer systems and see if the Vibrio cholerae is there in these sewer systems. And basically, we'll have a questionnaire for people to be able to provide us with some data. But of course, we are talking about the samples themselves that we are going to collect, and they will be analyzed. And we are hoping that the results can be of great use when it comes to the work that we do as environmental health officers that monitor this. So there are those ethical issues, but not so much, because our primary, our primary target are water samples. So we are not looking so much about ethical issues. However, because people will be handling these samples and all that, will get ethical clearance from raise and of course get permission from the National Health Research Institute. So basically that's the intention that we have. We hope that we can carry this through and see if it can improve the way we do our surveillance system. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chungu Mulungu. So, your strong voice to wake up everybody.
Because people will be handling these samples and all that will get ethical clearance from raise and of course get permission from the National Health Research Institute. So basically that's the intention that we have. We hope that we can carry this through and see if it can improve the way we do our surveillance system. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chungu Mulungu. So, your strong voice to wake up everybody.